so
Otherwise,
quickly.
otherwise, otherwise, we'll have. Yeah, I know Zoom.
It's so
Attaboy.
the fucking robot. I think it kicked me, or I don't know. I don't like this voice. It sounds like
I go through my day pretty normal. Like, I'm a normal guy. I'm a swell guy. I'm a nice enough guy. I'm a cool kind of
I'm
guy.
a cool kind of guy.
I'm a pretty groovy guy.
But then I get a little sugar in me.
that's what it is.
Cuckoo.
A little
Not
wacky.
much. This time around, it was two of 501 brownies.
2 501
5
brownies.
calories each, but they do the job. Do you know what I'm saying? They get me going. They get me riled up. A little cuckoo, a little wacky. Start getting me a little kooky.
Little cookie.
Little, you know, loopy.
Uh-oh.
Hey, somebody put this kid in a padded cell. Give him a straight check. He's going a little wacky.
Wacky. This video has pre-crime written all over it.
Bananas.
Oh, that guy is in jail for a horrendous murder somewhere in like Mississippi or Alabama, Louisiana, somewhere down there in the Delta.
Oh, this is the part. This is the part.
Bananas, loco.
This is the part.
You want me to stop. Isn't that wonderful? Well, let me just do whatever you say because it's your little fairy tale.
That was so, you know, I was on the bandwagon of
Of being a little kooky and crazy.
the guy's a little kooky, a
A
little
little out there.
little wacky. But as soon as he flipped the switch to sadist serial killer, I was like, oh, I don't want to watch this video anymore.
He may have been the bad guy in True Crime Season 1.
Oh, absolutely. You want me to stop, don't you?
So creepy.
Yeah,
You did a really good impression too.
I do want you to
That-
stop. I did.
That kind of bothered me. I guess let's just roll right into it,
All
huh?
right, let's on that note.
You little kooky. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 97 of Knee Brace Radio. It's another edition of Let's Get Weird Wednesday. It is Wednesday, June the 2nd. For some reason in my notes, I have June the 6th. That's in the future. That hasn't happened yet. But you know what did happen, Nick? You bought a car. So congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Little golf clap for you.
Little golf clap.
How was the car buying process, Nick?
Dude, I don't know why everything has to last so long. Like I don't like it is 2021. There is no reason that I should go into a car dealership and not leave for 7 hours.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's the
And
most
it's not even
drawn
like
out
we were
process in the
haggling
world.
that much. It's not even like we were haggling that much.
Did they do we got pizza back here? You want some pizza?
Oh
Like,
no,
you-
but I did get offered a water 37 times.
It's the least they could do for you.
And guess what? I mean, I treated it like a police investigation, like an interrogation, where I said no every time. They weren't going to get me to crack, Kyle. They weren't going to get me to crack.
You opened your mouth and sand came out of it. Your tongue was so dry, but you were not taking their fucking water.
No, I wasn't giving anyone up.
So you said you were in there. It really should be like buying a pair of pants. Like you go in, you run my credit, you know what the best bottom dollar price is. Like, here's what I want. Here's the money for it. You take that and just give me the keys. Like you're right. It should not be that long of a process. The last time I bought a car, it was awful. And I was texting you about this. If I'm next time I go into a car dealership, I'm going to walk in, I'm going to start a stopwatch and go, you have 2 hours. Maybe I'll wear like a vest with like all these like wires on it. And I go, you have 2 hours. And I click a button.
Yeah, that'll go over really well. That's
I guarantee I'll be out of there quickly.
Dude, you might be out of there in under an hour.
Yeah, I can guarantee that. When you're in there and you're in there for 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, do you start getting angry? Like I was pacing. I was going back and forth. I was pacing. Nick, I had diarrhea when I was at the car dealership buying car twice because I was so nervous about buying it.
I mean, that's Well, I think we should start calling that the K Craig stomach. I got some K Craig butt.
Eh.
So, so we have, a really good relationship with this dealership. I've bought all my cars from this dealership.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily an issue of haggling with the price, because I know they're going to give me the best possible price they can,
Mm-hmm.
because they want me to come back.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a matter of financing. And oh my God, dude, if there's one place that I can never go again and it'd be too soon, it's the bank. I hate going to the bank. It's the worst.
Did you get your loan, I'm assuming, from like a local credit union or something, or did you try to go through their financing?
So what we did was, so I went in there pre-approved. I went to my bank.
Oh,
Yeah. Walked in there
baller.
pre-approved, flicked the check and said, beat it.
Made it into a paper airplane and threw it into somebody's eyeball.
Threw it into poor Jason's face and said, beat that percentage, buddy.
Read it and weep.
Yeah, and he went to his finance manager and came back and threw it back in my face and said, we did, buddy. And so I was like, well played, Jason. I guess we do have a little bit of a standoff here.
Now we have a problem. I did not expect to get this far.
But yeah, 2019 Ford Explorer, fully financed, completely in debt, 2.75% financing.
That's pretty good.
Hey, your boy's got good credit.
As do I. Per podcast, we may have the highest credit out of, I would say, out of any podcast out there, besides for like maybe like Grant Cardone and like those guys. But
yeah, besides like the, what is
besides
it?
a financial podcast, I guess.
Right.
Is what we're trying to get at.
What's the fucking
Gary V?
The NPR, like NPR, like, podcasts that are put out by the National Publishing, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
Anyway, that whoever they are, we
Mhm.
probably don't have better credit than them because they're fucking nerds.
No, yeah, losers. Gotta have a little bit of bad credit every now and then.
Oh, I mean, I've had my share of one collection call.
So I got hit in the eye with a pitch when I was in college. I had to go to the hospital, and the school was supposed to pay for it. Obviously, there was a huge misconception of who was paying and who wasn't. And this one number kept calling me like every day. And I eventually, one time I just answered, and it was like some debt collector, and they're like, "Hey, just here to collect your debt." And I said, "I don't have any," and they hung up. Well, Nick, I did. I had an unpaid hospital bill for like 8 months that immediately got taken off of my my credit report because the school had to pay for it.
Right.
They just didn't. They were just like, "Yeah, push that one to the side. We'll get that one later." Well, I'm happy that you had a good experience. Did you trade in your other car?
So we sold the SUV that I had. I think I might have had it when I drove out there last time. It was the gold Ford Escape.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we sold that, paid off the rest of the loan on that
balance.
one, and then paid off the loan on my car.
Look at you.
Yeah, so we have one car payment right now, and it's a hefty one.
And might as well be two.
Yeah. So I mean, and don't give me any credit because you might be like, "Wow, Nick, that was really smart to pay off both your loans." So then you're only paying one car loan.
Father-in-law told you to do it.
Oh, absolutely. I was completely dumb, and he told me to do that, and my head about exploded.
So you know what I hate, and I hate this more than anything in the world. When people are like, I'll talk about my house, like the house I'm living in. I'm like, yeah, I don't really know how to like reframe a door. Like, I don't know how to do the floors. And they just go, you got to learn somehow. You want to know what? You learn from somebody smarter than you. That's how you learn. Not everything in life is trial and error. When it's $30,000 on the line, trial and error, not the best solution.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Like there's
kudos
nothing,
to you.
there's nothing like when you go into something, you're trying to fix something, and the first thing you're yanking on it, you're trying to pull it, like so we were cleaning out the Escape to give it to the person we're selling it to. We were getting it detailed that day, and I was like, well, I have to take everything out so the detailer can come in and just fucking just get
down and dirty,
get the barth out of this car.
Mm-hmm.
And I was getting something off the rearview mirror, and I was like pulling on it, and I was like, let me stop. Because the moment that I just give this one good yank and the rearview mirror comes off, I'm fucked.
Never coming back on.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to glue it back on, and at that point, I might be liable to some suing.
Yeah, I think so. If they're driving or they're backing up and all of a sudden their rear view mirror just falls off
Yeah,
and
and
it hits
I
somebody.
didn't disclose that or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's an issue. That's
Yeah.
an issue. So I stopped, and instead of breaking the rear view mirror, I just broke the thing. And I was like, one problem over the other.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look, that's using your noggin, Nick. Now, was this in an extended Memorial Day sale that you had going on?
Maybe I don't really know. It was we showed up. They had Memorial Day sale signs up, but I wasn't there for the sale, Kyle. No, I was there for business.
That's fair. Now, again, we talked about this last episode, but perfect segue. Fuck, marry, kill the 3 summer holidays: Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day. Which one are you going?
This is Kyle. This might be one of our easier ones.
Okay. Do you want to do it on 3?
Do you agree?
Yeah. Do you want to do it on 3?
Okay. I think we're good.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Fuck Memorial Day, marry 4th of July, kill Labor Day. Okay, easy.
Easy. Simple, to the point. I was really worried that we were going to swap Memorial Day and 4th of July.
No. 4th of July is like the big one. That's the one you put the ring on. That's the one you get the fireworks for. It's a spicy day out in the summer. You get fireworks. The only good thing about Labor Day is it's when I got my mattress in bed, and I got like a $4,000 bed for like $2,800.
That's a pretty good Labor Day.
It was a pretty good Labor Day, and you want to know what? The guy even threw in free delivery. When you spend, a used Honda Civic on a mattress, you get a free delivery too. Yeah. But anybody that would put Labor Day in front of Memorial Day, I mean, it's literally like it's 3 in a row. You got to go with you go with what's right, and what's right is Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day. No problems, no question. Now, what is the best food out of all those 3? Like, I mean, every summer food is going to be the same, but what's the best ideal summer food out of barbecue?
If you have any other answer than pasta salad, you're wrong.
That's not even close to being the best, Nick.
Kyle.
That's not even up for like the best side award.
Kyle, okay, I just have one.
I'd have a potato salad before I'd have a pasta salad, if we're being honest.
Kyle, 2 words. Grow up.
No.
Grow up.
Do you put olives too in your fucking pasta salad?
Absolutely.
Oh my God, you fucking piece of white trash.
I never.
I feel like olives are high class. I don't know why I said white trash. I just don't really like olives. And okay, so I will say this: a good pasta salad is top notch. There's a lot of shitty pasta salads out there.
Here's the thing: I make my own. I don't go.
Okay,
I don't go into this without my own weapon.
Okay, so we went on our buddy's boat for Memorial Day, and Kaylee brought potato salad. Kaylee went to Harris Teeter, bought pre-made potato salad,
and put it in
then put it in.
That is
in a Tupperware container.
Despicable. Absolutely
maniacal.
Despicable. That is pre-crime.
And you know what else? Somebody else was supposed to bring the potato salad, so we had like 6 pounds of potato salad for like 8 people. So you're gonna take pasta salad above hot dogs and hamburgers.
Absolutely.
So if you ever come to a barbecue with me and there is potato salad and there's a meat there, you're gonna have to eat the potato or the pasta salad. Yeah. What meat would you like? A good steak? Where do you draw the line?
I'm not here. Here's the thing. You said what's the best? The best is pasta salad. Okay, it's simple. It's a fact. But I didn't say meat wasn't good. I'm not sitting there turning up my nose at a hamburger or a hot dog.
Sounds like it.
No, I'm
your high class olive fucking pasta salad.
It's got pepperonis in it too, Kyle.
I've never seen that.
Well, you're not living.
I've told you the story on the podcast, I believe, about my aunt who made her world famous apple pie that I never had, and she threw raisins in there. Didn't like that.
Don't like that.
I mean, now that I'm an adult, I didn't mind, but when I was like 9, didn't like that.
I mean, I'm 27 years old. Get the raisins out of the apple pie.
Antique, if you're listening, keep the raisins in there. I like them now. But when I was a kid,
Antique, get them out.
Well, anyway, what's the best dessert then
The
for
best
a
dessert.
summer party?
I'm hear me out. Take a piece of pound cake, take some macerated strawberries, whipped cream, money.
That's very good, Nick. That's very good. That's because it's not too. I in the north we call it angel food cake. It's a little bit light.
I mean we call it some similar to that. I didn't know,
You know what the terminology was.
I just wanted to break it down.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're 100% right there. That a good apple pie, and I mean you can't go wrong with a brownie or a cookie.
I'm this is the South coming out in me.
You
A
like
good
cobbler?
cobbler. Oh man,
What type of cobbler are we eating, Nick?
blackberry cobbler.
I don't think I've ever had blackberry. Cobbler is good, but it just like it gets a little soupy sometimes.
And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
I mean, the best part of a pie is the crust. Everyone knows that. Now, you're gonna say
Okay.
no?
Absolutely, I'm gonna say no.
What?
The crust?
The crust is what makes the pie. Like the bottom crust, when it gets like a little bit of like an apple pie gets a little bit slimy, you get a little bit of the hardness still. Okay, let's settle this. What's better, a corner brownie or a middle brownie on three? 1, 2, 3. Corner. Okay. All right. We're on the same page with that at least.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, corner brownie different. But yeah, no, like the crust is it's the filling.
No, it's the crust. If you just scrape the top off and put some ice cream on the top, I could eat that.
I'm telling you, head unpaid intern Harry, who is quickly getting replaced by head intern Joe.
Yeah.
Quickly, the video
Very
editing.
quickly.
The video
Very
editing.
quickly. Yeah.
I mean, Joe's gonna watch the editing of this, and he'll know why. But yeah, no, head and paid intern Harry, his mom, Lynn, they have blackberry bushes behind the house. And just pick some fresh blackberries, make a cobbler out of it, put some vanilla ice cream on top. I mean, I could stick my dick in that.
You could. It's American Pie.
Absolutely.
The name Blackberry Cobbler does not work as well for that movie series.
Right.
So maybe I don't know. You probably could still fuck it if you wanted to.
Maybe I will.
Probably put a condom
Lynn,
on.
if you're listening, hide the cobbler.
Yeah, better. She makes it. She brings it out next time, and Nick just immediately gets an erection. It's like Pavlov's dogs. Like he gets a ding, but Nick gets a boner when she brings out Blackberry Cobbler. Now, best activity to do on Memorial Day, is it to go on a boat? Is it to go to a barbecue?
Definitely barbecue.
Okay, you don't like the boat?
It's May, Kyle. It's still a little cold. The water's still a little chilly. Still got a little bit of spring chill to it.
Okay.
But July 4th, like if you're not hanging out somewhere close to water and or fireworks, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, no idea what you're doing. Sucks to be in like Kansas, landlocked.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
fun.
Texas, I know Texas has Galveston and what is it? It's something Papas or something like that. Or,
South Padre Island.
Yeah, South Padre, whatever that is. South Padre Island, Galveston, they have that. But did you know that the only lake in Texas or the only lakes in Texas are man-made?
Yeah, I knew like the biggest one in Texas was man-made. I didn't know it was all of them.
I might have just lied to you. It might be just be the biggest.
I think
the one in
I think you're
Dallas,
lying.
the one in
Yes,
Fort Worth.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's man-made.
So you want to know what really creeped me out about the lake that we go on? It's man-made, and there's just houses at the bottom of it.
Yeah, we had one like that we went to in the summer in Ohio. And
Not cool.
Yeah, because I remember I went like I had my goggles on and I dove under.
Trying to look for the houses.
No, I just dove under and it was particularly sunny and the water was a little clear that day and I could see the houses in the bottom and it freaked me the fuck out.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. I feel like it's a very high chance those are asbestos houses. No.
Okay, that's fair. That's a very that is a
just thinking
Kyle,
outside the box here.
Superb point.
Yeah, I feel like those houses were not made with the correct building materials.
Yeah,
we're just being honest.
Those houses definitely have lead paint and asbestos, and they're chock full. Have you or a loved one ever swam in this lake? You might be available,
Yeah.
or you might be
Available for compensation.
yeah, whatever.
But anyway, did you see the story of the kid, that the 7-year-old kid that swam an hour to shore and saved his sister and his dad?
I mean, if you're the dad in this situation,
Man card gone.
oh yeah.
Just
My
a little
name's
kid.
Joe Buck. Hand over your man card.
This man card right here, my old business card, gone.
Yeah. Oh man, if you're the dad, what 7?
He was a 7-year-old. So
Kyle,
basically what happened,
7.
yeah, that's a long way. So what happened was the father, the daughter, and the son went out on their boat in Florida. And the daughter was hanging out on the back of the boat, and the current was really strong. And for some reason, she let go of the ladder. Maybe because she was a 4-year-old and should have been in the water by herself. Just a thought.
Maybe just a thought.
Just a thought. The kid started to float away, so the brother jumped in after her to save her. Well, they both started floating away. Obviously, the dad jumped in. He couldn't tread water long enough, so he told his kids that he loved them and told his son to swim to the shore. And so when they were interviewing him, the daughter was wearing a life jacket, so she was floating. He said that he got tired, so he just laid on his back and floated. What a fucking genius.
Here's
the dad
thing.
lived, by the way, just so we all know. The dad was just out there treading water, but fine, an hour later.
The dad, I mean, okay, we might have taken the dad's man card, but also super fucking relatable.
Oh, I'm dead in 5 minutes if I have to tread water.
I mean, maybe
5
not
minutes.
treading water. Yeah, okay, yeah, maybe that. But the thing is, 5 minutes into any physical activity, I mean, at that point, I could call my wife and tell her I love her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
I love you. I'll miss you.
If I had to do 10 wind sprints, I might die. My legs would probably just fall off. I'd look like Lieutenant Dan. But it made me think, have you ever been stranded or anything like that? Or a situation where you got stuck someplace and you thought you were just fucked?
No, but I mean, there's always that moment after you fall off a tube, whenever you go out in the water tubing, and then
They're just gone. They're never coming
your
back.
friend's dad is driving and just whipping your ass around,
Mhm.
going 65 miles an hour and just giving you legitimate whiplash and concussions. And you fly off the tube and you don't know if they saw you fly off, which they definitely did, because the dad's not looking forward.
Yeah.
The dad
very
is
dangerous.
the dad's eyes are glued to you, just waiting for you to fall off. And you fall off, and you go under and you come up pretty quick because you have the life jacket on, and the waves that are made by the boat's gone.
Oh, yeah. It's essentially the scene from Finding Nemo, where it's scooped up and it's just immediately gone.
Yeah. You're just you bob up and you bob down, and the boat's gone, and you're like, I guess I live here now.
So I had a friend's
The
dad
dolphins are my friends now.
I had a friend's dad who wouldn't stop until both people fell off. So there would be times where it'd be like 3-4 minutes of him just going, and you're just floating out in the water. And you're like, if a boat just runs me, I can't swim under the water right now. I'm wearing a life jacket. Yeah, so I hope they could see me.
Right.
I did I ever tell you about when I got left in the Arizona desert when we went quadding or four-wheeling?
No, but that sounds awful.
It was Nick. I was in like 6th grade, one of the scariest moments of my life. So we went out and visited our friends in Arizona, and they have a fair amount of money, you could say. And so his dad had a souped up racing 4-wheeler. Then they had like a few other like bigger ones. And so it was like 3 adult 4-wheelers. And then I was on a 125 Yamaha Breeze, which was basically a go-kart. And they're whipping through the desert. I've obviously never been there before. I'm following them. I am the only kid who is on his own 4-wheeler. I mean, they come around a sharp turn. They all kick up dust. I couldn't see anything, Nick. I went over the embankment, down it like 15 feet, and I broke in half like a 25-foot cactus. Just split it clean in half. That should have got me arrested. That's a federal offense.
That should have gotten me arrested.
If anyone saw, I would have gotten in big trouble. But anyway, I couldn't get the 4-wheeler to start. So I walk up the embankment thinking they would be waiting right there for me. Boy, was I wrong. No one was there. I start jogging. And as I'm jogging, I come across a trailer in the woods. Not in the woods, in the desert. And it's just a guy sitting out there and he's shooting his shotgun. Like he's shooting at targets, not at people or anything. And he just looks at me. He's like, and I'm sure this was all in my head. He probably was being very nice. He just said, "Are you lost?" And I panicked and just sprinted as fast as I could for as long as I could. I was probably running for like 3 minutes before they turned around and realized I was gone. Nick, at that moment, I thought I was dead. It was the scariest moment of my life at that point.
I know you were a kid and you thought it was super scary. You absolutely blew this up in your head. You
Oh,
absolutely
100%.
pulled a Kyle where the guy was like, "Hey man, are you lost?" And in your head, he said, "Hey, you lost?"
Yeah, but he had a gun, Nick. That was the scary part. Like if it was like just like a normal guy, I probably would have went in, sat it down, had some lemonade. Or actually, I would have made him bring it out to me.
Yeah.
I would
'cause
not go into the
once
trailer.
once you go in that trailer, Kyle,
Once you go into a trailer in the desert,
you weren't coming out.
no, that part doesn't matter how nice the guy is or not.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. That's like rules of the desert.
Yeah, once you went into that trailer, you were not coming out.
No, but that's one of those things. I guess the older I get now, the more I realize.
The more you realize that guy was probably going to help.
Yeah, more likely than not, he would have helped. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
but
also a chance.
there was also that chance you were going in that trailer and you weren't coming out.
I was coming out and he was wearing me as skin.
Yeah, he was wearing you as a coat.
Yeah, he was doing the the fava lima beans from fucking Silence of the Lambs.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me real hard.
That's you need to clip that for Nelly. But yeah, I don't know. Anything else happened this weekend exciting for you?
My kid started crawling and I've never been more fucked.
Oh, it's just moving around like a freaking little inchworm, just probably going crazy, right? Going a million miles an hour, and you can't put him down anymore and just let him sit there.
Nope, nothing is safe. Nothing is sacred. Nothing is safe. Yeah, my whole life is about to change. When you have a kid, you think it changes then. No. Your life changes when that thing can move. And then guess what? It changes again when that thing can talk.
Well, I would imagine walk and then talk, right? Or talk then walk.
Well, I said move. I think crawling was included, but
what?
But yeah.
What comes first, talking or walking? Because I walk it like I talk it.
Walk it like I talk it. Hey, walk it. That's up for debate. I mean, she's starting to vocalize some things. Like she just babbles basically. But as far as like talking in full sentences, walking comes first.
Okay.
And I think walking comes first. I'm gonna go on record here. Walking comes first.
Okay, that's fair.
Walking, then talking. Walk it, then they talk it.
So I had a big weekend where it was kind of a life-changing thing. My barber shaved my ears, Nick.
You never had that?
You have?
Yeah, my barber shaves my eyebrows.
Well, shaving your eyebrows is one thing. Shaving your earlobes and the little indent right here in your ear, that has never happened to me before. That made me feel like I was 90.
It should. It doesn't feel great. It still doesn't feel great whenever I'm in there and she's cutting my hair and she goes, "Hey, do you mind if I trim your eyebrows?" Because that means I know she's trimming my hair and looked at my eyebrows and went, "Sheesh."
Those bad boys are. Now, does she use a comb and like?
Oh, absolutely.
So you get like I when you said trim, I thought you meant like shave them with like a razor and like line them up and make them look nice. No, you meant like a 90-year-old that's got like 6-inch eyebrows.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You're an old man. You're like Benjamin Button.
Yeah, for sure I am.
I have never had that happen. I do have, I will say, very nice eyebrows. They're Kaylee tells me all the time, they're very dense.
I mean, in this lighting, you can see I have very defined eyebrows.
Yeah, you do. You're not like the dad from Schitt's Creek, but you do have very defined eyebrows.
Oh yeah, I'm not. What is it? Jim Levinstein's dad?
Yes. Yeah. Now, what's the worst hair to have to shave? Your eyebrows, your ears, or your nose?
I've never had my nose shaved.
So
I do. So I will say, probably 3 or 4 years ago, my roommate and I, we waxed our noses.
How'd that go?
He did mine and pulled out a large string of boogers.
It basically like was boogers that were touching your brain.
Yeah,
It looked like a candle.
Those things were up here.
They were way up in the sinuses.
Yeah, and I mean, he pulled it out, and I mean, those things might have been there since when I was 9.
You found a crayon actually when you pulled it
Yeah,
out.
pulled out a
Fucking
Lego. And I was like,
Play-Doh.
oh, it's Kyle.
Yeah. Oh, that was mean. My dad had a nose hair trimmer that me and my brother didn't know what it was, but we found it snooping through his like cabinets.
You for sure thought it was a vibrator, huh?
No, we used to use it to shave our unibrows. So what my dad was
I
shoving
thought you
up
were going
his
to say
nose-
we used to use it to shave our pubes.
No, it's a very small head on that razor. No, I no, that never happened. What did happen was we reached a certain age and my dad was sick of us having our hands down our pants. So he came home one day with just 4 razors and he's like, these are for your face, these are for your balls. And immediately we just went and obviously shaved our pubes, but that made it 100 times worse because it just became very itchy.
Yeah. He tried to solve the problem and made it exponentially worse.
No, did you ever were like, at least, I don't know. You don't strike me as a guy that had his hands down his pants all the time, but there was a guy I used to work with who follows the podcast, and in work, he would have his hands down his pants.
Oh, I mean,
That's a bad habit that a lot of like middle schoolers have.
right. I don't think I had my hands down my pants any more than anyone
Than
else.
the average Joe.
Right. I'd even say that I have my hands down my pants below average.
Okay. Lower third.
Right. I mean, here's the thing. I don't go in the pants if I'm going to adjust. I adjust outside the pants. Or
Really?
Or
Go in the pocket.
I wait. I mean, I don't do it in public. I mean, I make sure I'm in a secluded area.
Okay.
Or I wait until I go pee.
Okay.
And since the
Give it a
pants
little
are
tug.
open, oh man, I can pull the bunching up underwear down. I can make sure everything's got enough room. That's the perfect time to do it.
See, if I'm in public, I just go hand into the pocket and immediately you can fix yourself right there.
I think I used to go with that technique, and then my mom said, "What are you doing, playing pocket pool?" And I was
I
like,
never got that term, pocket
I'm
pool.
not doing this anymore.
So is pocket pool just jerking off in your pants?
I think it might be.
No one really knows what pocket pool is because the only time you ever hear that term is when you're fixing your balls.
Right, because I mean, your
No
balls
normal person is.
are the balls in the pocket.
Oh, like a pool pocket.
Yeah.
A little double entendre. I always just thought it was like, how
Like
you
a
use
swimming
a
pool?
No, like the shaft of a pool stick. Like it looks like you're going like that.
I mean, that's on the table, Kyle. Another
It's-
pun right there.
We're just a billiards podcast.
Next broadcast.
I mean,
next
say
episode
you're looking at a
brought
girl
to
and
you
she's
by
got,
Pete's Pool Hall.
yeah. I mean, if you're looking at a girl and she's got a nice rack, another one, we could just do this all day. No, probably not really. I think the last term I know is chalk. That's about it. But yeah, I mean, it's just a very middle school thing to do to have your hands down your pants constantly. No matter where you are, what you're wearing, just have your hands down your pants.
Yeah,
Is it something that is in athletes more? Because like football players, you're wearing a girdle, baseball players, you're wearing a cup, and it just becomes like part of your like everyday thing. Like how like
part of your
middle school
ritual.
Yeah, like in middle school, I used to just spit all the time because I played baseball.
I definitely do have a friend who, like, we're chilling and he's got his hand down his pants,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, and I don't.
And
know
then they
why.
go to dap you up, and you're like, wash that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't get the draw because that's the thing. I don't want to touch people with my ball hand.
No, I mean, look, he's got some famunda on there. A little
Right,
famunda
yeah.
cheese. The worst.
You know what's worse? Is when they have their hand down their pants and you see them smell it.
Well, I mean,
Here's the thing:
If
if
you
you
don't
were
smell
in
it.
the privacy of your own home and you itch your balls and smell it, perfectly acceptable. If you're in front of me, chilling with your hand down your pants, and then you smell it, get the fuck away.
What if you itch your butt though in front of you?
No.
I feel like it's almost worse if you don't smell it because everyone knows you want to.
See, that's Kyle. That's the difference between our society and the animals. We know we want to do things, but we
But
know
we
it's not
can't.
acceptable.
Yeah, it's kind of like picking your nose and looking at it. You just got to pick and flick.
For
Now,
sure.
have you picked your nose in your new car yet? That's how you really.
Absolutely.
Okay, I was gonna say that's how you. It's like your first tank of gas when it rolls over like to the next 1,000 miles when you get your first good booger in a car. That's how you know that you're really the car owner.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking like the first booger I picked, I flicked it out the window.
Second one went on the seat.
Second one, right on the floor.
Okay. My Honda Accord sometimes when it used to get like if I had like a really big booger, I would just wipe it right on the seat sometimes. I mean, I would clean it.
It used to go under the seat.
Well, yeah, I'm not putting it like on top of the seat for anybody.
Yeah.
But like in between the center console and the side of the seat, little booger never hurt anybody.
I never heard of it.
I mean, you got to chisel it off the next guy, but that's not my job.
That's not my fucking problem.
Yeah,
I sold the car.
I'm paying you to, or I'm paying you to detail it. Look, you know what you get into when you detail cars. You're going to find like, half-eaten chicken nuggets and you're going to find boogers in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you find anything in your car that you were like, what the hell is this? I find a lot of medication in my car. I find like a lot of like really old nose spray. It's like I haven't been to the doctor for Flonase in 6 years. Why is this in here? But for some reason, I like at one point in my life, I was like, can't leave the house without any nose spray.
You can't leave the house without my allergy nose spray.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We didn't find anything like we weren't expecting to.
Any money?
Less than $1.
Yeah, that's not fun. Did you have somebody throw some change in the back of your car? Like, did your in-laws do that? Or is that a
No.
Northeast thing?
That's definitely a Northeast thing.
Yeah, you're supposed to. So back in the day, it was supposed to be good luck if you threw change in the back of your car, back seat of somebody's floor. And it was meant to be like when you're going through the tolls, in case you forget, you could just reach into the back seat and grab it.
Kyle, I've got third row seating. There's a 0.0 chance I'm reaching any change back there.
That was a nice flex, Nick.
Yeah, it was a little subtle flex right there.
Yeah, I'd say so. Well, next time I see you, I'll throw some change on the floor, and it is just going to be a whole $1's worth of pennies.
Well, here's the thing: you're going to do that, and the first stop, the next stop, that dime is going right up my daughter's nose.
Yeah, I was going to say, or hopefully she can't reach them because she's just going to be eating them.
Yeah,
she's
that's
gonna
going
be full
right
of
up Sloane's nose.
She's going to be, you're going to fucking bring her by a magnetic field, and she's just going to get pulled to the side of the car. It's going to be like in Breaking Bad. Fucking science.
Yeah, science, bitch.
No, that would be great. I know we just mentioned football players, Nick. You're Ohio State. Your fan base is really fucking weird.
Yeah, I mean it's just like Ohio State basketball when they were like threatening that guy. Like why would you threaten one of your best players? It's on the flip side of that, like people freaking out over like a recruiting class. Don't get me wrong. When I was in high school, I used to be like locked into Ohio State's recruiting classes. And I was like, oh man, we gotta make sure we get the defensive tackle or that running back. Or I mean, also, I mean, there's recruits like Najee Harris. We knew about Najee Harris when he was a sophomore in high school. Like there were videos of him and pictures of him because he was 6'2", 220 as a sophomore. And we were like, dude, this is the next Adrian Peterson. Which I mean, I don't know about all that. First, he's
a good running back,
first round pick.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, so don't get me wrong. I used to be completely locked in. Nowadays, though, I mean, I couldn't even tell you who Ohio State signed this year.
No, and it's one of those things. Once you get above it, you want to call it 25, 26, you should really stop worrying about that. Like, just worry about when they get to campus and when they're playing good or they're playing bad or whatever. But there's a level of creepiness to it when a 40-year-old is paying $30 a month for 24/7's like insider access for recruiting.
Yeah, unless you're a Ohio State beat writer or you're you're one of the donors that you know, one of the alumni donors that pays these players.
Yeah, that's true.
there's no reason for you to be hanging on every word,
No, there's
hanging
not.
on every recruit.
And like you also like people were like going after this kid because he's got like a blonde mullet. It's like, dude, let's look at your pictures from when you were 18 years old. Nick, when I was 18, I had a chin strap, spiky hair, and double earrings. And I was still pulling chicks. Not really, not at all, actually. But like these people that are making fun of this guy's mullet or they're making fun of this, it's like, dude, let's see what you looked like in 1982. You know what I mean? Like, just they're kids.
Yeah,
Let them
I'm
be
sure
kids.
that frayed denim jacket really aged well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and your T-top fucking Firebird that was 90, I don't know, had 190,000 miles on it that you thought was the coolest thing in the world, right?
Yeah, that T-top Datsun that your stepson carved curse words into it.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you had a stepson when you were 21, that means you're fucking at least.
Yeah.
Or you married somebody that fucks.
Now
Or
that
adopts.
you know I'm older, I know that my stepdad when I first met him was like 27.
And how old are you?
I was 4.
Okay, so it's not like, I mean, that's not crazy.
Oh no.
young.
I mean when I met my stepdad when he was 27, my mom had 3 kids. I'm
Yeah.
27 now. I absolutely could not marry anyone with 3 kids right now.
Oh, no. 3 kids is a lot.
I have
kid you
one
can do.
kid that I sometimes I want to give her back.
I mean, what if it was just strategic on his part? Like, how old was your youngest? Were you the youngest at that point?
Yeah, I was 4.
Okay, so I mean, you got out of the terrible twos. Maybe it was strategic.
But then here's the thing: had 2 more kids.
Yeah, so you can't do that. Can't be doing that. If you're trying to play the long game here of like, it's kind of like what I did with my dogs. I didn't want a puppy. I didn't want to house train them. So I got them when they were a year or two old.
My older brother was in high school, and he tried to time it just right. Because as we all know, single mothers raise athletes. That's a very poor joke, and I'm sorry about it, but here's the thing.
Nick's getting canceled.
I absolutely am. Single mothers raise athletes. And was
your brother an athlete?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
Drug addict.
So I'm not laughing. That was you that laughed. So let's just say that your stepfather, right?
Okay.
Comes in. Now, he kind of had it at all different angles because, the angsty teenager of your older brother, the middle sibling was your sister, correct?
Correct.
And so she was, preteen, tough time to be raising a daughter.
Yeah.
And then you.
Yeah, and I was
This man,
piece of work.
This man deserved a medal.
Yeah, I mean, all credit. I mean, we're coming up on Father's Day. I mean, he's everything a dad should be. He still does works his fucking dick off. I think he works.
All he wanted was a Datsun, a pristine Datsun. That's all he wanted in life.
Yeah, he's working 70, 80 hours every week. And I mean, he just wanted a pristine Datsun, and not on my fucking watch.
No, not at all. Not at all, Nick. But the Ohio State quarterback getting shamed but also being praised wasn't even the weirdest news of this week.
Okay.
The weirdest news of this week was Aaron from The Office apparently was in the KKK.
So okay, this is like the girl from like Kimmy Schmidt, is that right?
Yes, the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Never seen one episode of that.
I think I saw exactly one episode of that.
And you're like, this is enough.
Here's the thing. I think I watched like the first half of the episode and I couldn't stop fucking laughing. There was one scene where she goes to like some really rich person's house to like apply to be the nanny. And the lady of the house opens the fridge, grabs a bottle of water, offers it to Kimmy Schmidt. Kimmy Schmidt says, "Oh no, thank you, I'm fine." And the woman closes the fridge, throws the bottle of water away, and I fucking lost it. I just because it was so fucking stupid and pointless that she offered the water, said no, and instead just threw it away. Like the full bottle of water, I fucking lost it. But to the point at hand, I
don't know what to
was
believe.
19. She was 19.
Yeah, but like there's also like nothing else is like you feel like this would be like a really big story. I haven't seen anything except for like the one blip in the news and then it was done.
Well, I don't think it's the KKK. I think she just did a pageant that is known to be like kind of.
So she may have been duped.
I think it's more so it was a traditional thing. Like, when you're 19, you do what your parents tell you to do. And her parents were like, hey, Kim, or what? I don't even know what her
I
name
don't know
is.
what her real name is either.
Yeah.
I almost said Aaron.
Yeah. I think it might be Ellie.
Hey, Mrs. Future Actress.
Yeah. Hey, Miss Future Actress, redhead lady. You're gonna do this pageant. And she was like, okay, Mom, I'll do the pageant. And, here it comes 20 years later. And she's like, God damn it, Mom.
Shouldn't have did that pageant.
Shouldn't have done that.
Should have knew when I pulled up and I saw a whole bunch of crosses. Something was off.
I was wondering why there was kerosene and crosses there. I just showed up and walked the stage. I don't know.
And I'd like to put this in. Disclaimer. KKK, we do not endorse. It's the fucking worst. You're a scumbag if you're a racist. But find some humor and stuff, right?
Yeah, completely disavow the KKK. But yeah, she showed up and she saw kerosene and crosses and was like, Mom, I don't know what this is about, but I hope I win.
I mean, I'm already here. I might as well medal.
Yeah.
But the fact that I don't know. It's just bizarre. Absolutely bizarre, Nick. I hope that in the year of our Lord 2021, we can all look at this and say, racism, very bad.
Yeah, racism. We should stop that.
Stop it right away. If the flag has been planted in the sand for a very long time, but this is just another reminder. Look,
hey, if anyone had any questions, Knee Brace Radio, we are
firmly against it.
Equal rights, anti-racism, anti-misogynistic, pro-feminism, pro-equality, alphabet, pro-alphabet.
You name it.
Yeah, we're on the right side of this, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Who's on the wrong side? Coach K. Who's on the wrong side of the hill, Nick?
Hey, but look at there.
What a segue.
That's wow. Hey, folks, we're professionals.
Coach K is officially retiring, Nick. He's officially.
So after this coming season, John Schyer is going to be taking over, and he's the coach in waiting.
Coach.
Yeah, he's the assistant coach. He's the coach in waiting. Coach K. I mean, I was reading over his career. I read over like the little article they wrote about him, and I'll be honest, I'm a little underwhelmed.
Really? Why so?
So, I think he has kind of a Joe Paterno kind of feel where he's just been coaching for fucking ever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he has the record for 1,000 whatever wins.
Yeah.
Because sure, he has 5 national championships. John Wooden had 10.
That is a lot.
Like,
when you put it that way.
Coach K shouldn't be, I mean, you know me, I'm primarily a football guy.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a coach in Alabama right now that is being compared to Paul Bear Bryant, which is rightfully so, because they have the same amount of national titles. Coach K isn't in the same stratosphere as John Wooden.
That's fair.
And you can argue the eras. You can argue about, there's the parity in college basketball is so much higher nowadays. I don't know. 5 national championships to 10 national championships.
Yeah,
Nick, you're forgetting 12 Final Fours.
Yeah, but you're forgetting Olympic gold medals. Ever heard of it?
I have heard of it. Don't care.
Yeah, I literally don't. You ever heard of 90% of the world doesn't play basketball? But yeah, you're right. When you put everything you say into perspective, does that make us? What basketball coach should we root for in college basketball then?
Ooh, yeah, because Roy Williams is gone. Oh man, what if we were a UNC podcast? Oh, doesn't
Oh,
that feel dirty?
yeah, just nasty. Who's the coach at Villanova? Why am I drawing a blank on his name?
Wright.
Jay Wright. He dresses very nicely.
Does dress very nicely. Or we could be I mean, you're a Knicks guy. We could be a Mike Woodson IU podcast.
We could. Is it II? No, isn't it Indianapolis? Wait, which? No. Yep, you're right.
IU.
For some reason, I was thinking of IUPUI, Indianapolis University, Purdue University. Yeah, Indiana. I gotta get it out now. Indiana University of
Pennsylvania.
Purdue. Oh, Pennsylvania.
I don't know. My mind's in a fucking pretzel right now.
No, yeah, I think I messed it up, and then you messed it up, then I messed it up. But IUPUI. Shout out to any listeners that listen from there.
Yeah,
but yes. But yeah, maybe we should just be. You're right, a Mike Woodson podcast.
Mike Woodson. Let's go Hoosiers. Hoosier it up. Hoosier daddy.
There you go. But Coach K, and I know this is kind of taking PMT shtick. I looked up a picture of Coach K from his press interview or his press release when he got hired. Jet black hair. And I looked up a picture of him from last year. I know it was from last year because he was wearing the mask. Jet black hair. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of two things. Because he's like 70 something.
Oh, I think he's like 70, 74, 76.
Either he has the strongest genes I've ever seen in my entire life, or I mean, he's gonna have a lot of Rogaine commercials after he retires.
Well, Nick, I don't know who doesn't have Rogaine on his hands. Like I had a college professor that used to dye his hair, and the man was probably in his 80s, and it was like clockwork. Every 2 weeks on Monday, he'd come in and his hands would be black because he was. I mean, basically, you're dyeing your hair, it gets on your hands, whatever. Unless his wife's doing it. Or what if he's getting the recruits to do it? You want to play for Duke?
Initiation is dying Coach K.
Imagine there's like a huge NCAA scandal that breaks after, and everyone thinks it's going to be like Coach K was paying players. No, Coach K was actually making recruits dye his hair, and he saved like $30,000 on hairdresser fees.
Jason Tatum and Zion Williamson come out and they're like, he made us dye his hair.
Not only did we not get paid, he
asked for head massages.
The Zion stuff about him getting paid is actually a cover up for the hair dyeing. He'd rather get caught paying players than having his players.
He'd rather lose his Nike and Jordan shoe deal than find out anyone that he was dyeing Coach K's hair.
Be absolutely fucking fantastic. But it does it raises the point of, why do coaches just coach until they die?
I don't know.
Like, if you think about it, you had Roy Williams, Coach K, Jim Boeheim is still coaching. I mean, Joe Paterno, he left for other reasons. Not good reasons, but coached basically till he died. You know what I mean? Like,
he literally coached until he died.
Well,
because he resigned and then died 3 months later.
Yeah. But it's the only profession in the world where you just like never stop, and the wives are like, "What are you gonna do? This is what I signed up for in 1930." It's like, that's not how this works.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a huge paradigm shift. Obviously moving forward, because I mean, as we move forward, then we're gonna have more, new
young coaches.
Yeah, like new era coaches, where you have people like Nick Sirianni, who's like 28, 29, which I mean makes me feel terrible.
Oh yeah, I'm 28.
He's the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles,
mm-hmm.
And so I mean, if I get a job as a head coach at an NFL team, my wife would be fucking livid.
Oh yeah,
because
she'd be like,
you working like 16-hour days.
Yeah, she'd be like, "Oh, so you just didn't want to be around the baby? So you just went and got a multi-million-dollar job because you didn't want to be around the baby that bad?" And I'd be like, kind of. Like, if we're being honest here, get to hang out with the guys. and don't have to clean up diapers. I'll take that.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, I don't know. I think we're going to see a paradigm shift where you're going to see shorter careers for coaches and longer
Brad
careers in
Stevens.
TV.
Brad Stevens. He basically he's already proving your point, Nick.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he's actually doing now. You know, he's stepping away from being the head coach of the Celtics, but I don't know what he's actually doing.
I mean, the only next step's going to Indiana.
Where did he coach before? Butler?
Butler. What if he went back to Butler?
Oh, old stomping grounds.
Coach.
What?
That Gordon Hayward was his assistant coach.
Yeah, you could do that. That would essentially be like the high school senior, or well, the kid that graduates from high school and like is a junior, but still goes back to the high school and is like, Coach said you're starting. Think you could fill my shoes? That's what Brad Stevens would be doing if he's going back to Butler.
Yeah, he would definitely just be breathing on the guy that replaced him's neck.
Yeah,
just like, hey,
you
gotta call that screen.
Yeah. My favorite thing about coaches is though, like they get fired and then it's like all of a sudden, like a head coach is now like an unpaid running back coach on the NFL roster. It's like he doesn't even become a coordinator.
Jim Tressel before he went to Youngstown State, where he was just a special advisor on the Indianapolis Colts.
Jim Tom Sula, I'm pretty sure, did the exact same thing.
God, Jim Tom Sula, the fart. That was a brutal fart.
All time. Need to edit that in.
Yeah,
if you can find that clip.
Nothing but respect for them.
A lot of examples in football history of good quarterbacks.
But yeah, and it's just one of those things. My buddy works for a company, and he said there's an 83 or 84-year-old salesman that's there, and they try to get him to use like the company CRM, which is like their internal website, and the guy just won't do it, and he'll just like walk into the office and drop a napkin down on the receptionist desk, and it'll just be like an order. And it'll be like 700 feet of copper pipe, 250 feet of coax cable. He's like, "Could you just go ahead and put that in for me, hon?" He like just does nothing, like no idea what's going on.
Yeah,
like I can't imagine.
He wrote all that down, which took him
hours.
Gives it to the receptionist, and it's gonna take her another hour to put that in.
Yeah, because she can't read it, or he used it to like wipe the fucking mustard out of the corner of his lip when he was eating a hot dog for lunch.
Yeah.
But it's just it always is amazing to me that coaches will just do that. I mean, I legitimately cannot think of another profession where you could work that long. Think just off the top of your head, what could you do that you could possibly work that long? Maybe an actor.
Yeah, acting.
You know what? I always get sad about that when they have old people in movies, and it's like they had to cast him. It's like guy almost about to die. That's what we want this guy to look like. And they come in, you're like, you're perfect.
Yeah. Like at this point, the guy who played Gandalf, they're like, I don't know, you're getting pretty close to dying. I think you'll fit this role perfectly.
Yeah. Or I just watched Saving Private Ryan over the weekend. Private Ryan, they're like, we need somebody to look old enough that he was in World War II. It's like, that can't be a good casting call to get. It's like your agent finally calls you.
We need you to look like you served in a war 60 years ago.
Yeah. You finally get a call from your agent. You're like, this number, this guy, I'm still paying agent fees to this guy. He's like, I got you a gig. You're going to love it. And you show up there. It's like, we need you to look
Sandy
like
Wexler.
Yeah. We need you to look like you're about to die. Do you think you can do that? It's like, actually, yeah, this guy doesn't need makeup.
Just come in really early in the morning.
Yeah, this guy doesn't need makeup. Just don't drink your coffee. You'll be good. Those bag below your eyes are going to do you wonders. But I legitimately, besides for acting and coaching, I can't think of another one where you just work until you die.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that goes to my head is like
radio announcers.
Announcers, yeah.
Broadcast callers.
Yeah. Also like the corner store deli owner.
Yes. Yeah, the guy that should have sold his family business a long time ago, but doesn't trust his kids.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's in there 85 years old making a mean fucking ham and Swiss on rye.
Yeah. He thinks he's doing something, but he's really not. He's not. He hasn't ran the store in 20 years. It's kind of like the old man from Pawn Stars.
Yeah, he sits in the back with his tie on and farts.
Takes a lot of naps. Yeah. Multiple naps a day.
And just gets mad when people sell his money, spend his money. And he was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. What do you mean the internet bill? We didn't need that. It's like, sir, how did you keep track of your like just the exactly
Just use the crank register.
yeah.
I
That's how
do
you know
declare.
money's coming in. Yeah. Yeah, just because all of a sudden gets the Michael Scott accent from the party. What was that? That episode? That wasn't the dinner party episode, but there's been a murder.
Yeah.
Anyway, Nick, this was a fun episode, my friend.
Always.
This episode wouldn't have been possible. Well, I say that, but obviously it would have been if it wasn't for Canadip CBD.
Whoa, the product placement.
Nick, you want mint? I got mint. I got that here. I got a fidget cube in my hand. I got to put that one down.
Wait.
Turn the hat around. Canadips. You know what else I got? I got wintergreen, Nick. And last but not least, I got American spice flavor.
I feel like I have to
this one.
I feel like I have to be 100% honest with the listeners. That fucking hurt the shit out of my head. That just absolutely scratched.
Yeah,
the shit out of my head.
there was a lot of friction that was going across Nick's
That was a
forehead.
lot of friction.
A lot of friction.
If I wasn't balding, now I am.
Now, but Canadip CBD, huge shout out for sponsoring the pod. Go check them out. Nick, what about our clothing friends? We'll check in with them.
So I actually was wearing this shirt yesterday. And we our video editor, Joel, dude, he is climbing the ranks.
Climbing them.
Because he actually just submitted his order for Reaching All-Time Highs. Reaching All-Time Highs is an artistic streetwear company that's also called Wrath for short, RATH. Set on delivering their take on fashion, as the name implies, the brand is geared towards those striving for higher accomplishments and who desire to be associated with greatness. Quality products and stylish designs is what Wrath aims to deliver. So check them out over at reachingalltimehighs.com. That is reachingalltimehighs.com.
So I was with a few friends this weekend.
Okay.
And I told them, maybe we might be doing a clothing, little, dropping little crumbs for them, for the people, got to give the people a little something, right? And they said that they would like to see us in anime form, which maybe it's an idea. I don't know. We'll have to think about it.
We'll see.
But I think we got to get to 40 reviews before that.
Yeah. Or Zwo can do it on the little effect thing.
Yeah.
Hit a pose, Kyle. Hit a pose.
I don't know why I did that.
It's anime. Now.
But anyway, Nick, if the people want to find you online, where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter. They can find me at Fumblin' Bumblin'. They can find me on Instagram at KneeBraceNick. How about you, Kyle, man?
Kyle_Craig4 on Instagram, Kyle_Craig36 on Twitter, all social media at KneeBrace Radio. Go ahead and give us a like, follow. You name it, we're going to be on a social media platform, except for Facebook. We're not 90. And by the way, we just had 2 videos go over 1,000 views on Instagram Reels. So if you guys could give us some likes, that would be appreciated. Very much appreciated.
For sure.
Till then, talk to you later.
See you.
Peace.